Oh, you have no idea how long this took. I'm sure I was at this for 15 minutes. It's really difficult. You have to balance out all the girls. It was quite tedious to do that through all the poems and stuff. Anyway, so we can now spend the weekend with Monika, I'm assuming. Okay. Well, I guess I should be helping Monika. Yeah, you picked me. Hold on one second. Yeah. Monika, you're the one who needs the least help out of all of us. But I agree with Natsuki. Not only is your work most suitable for one person, you already have Sayuri as well. But Jawn was the one who... that doesn't matter. You were the one who scared him into picking you in the first place. You're the club president, Monika. You're supposed to make responsible decisions for the club. Monika, you shouldn't let any ulterior motives interfere with this decision. Ulterior motives? What are you saying, Yuri? In fact, it sounds like you're the guys are the ones with the ulterior motives. Excuse me? Otherwise, this wouldn't have been made into such a big deal in the first place. That's completely false, Monika. Yeah, we have a lot of work to do, you know. It wouldn't do as good as a job if you make us work alone. Maybe that's true. Think of the club, Monika. If we want our events to succeed, then we need to appropriately distribute our resources. Fine. It's clearly very important to the two of you to get help with the part of the festival. So here's what we'll do. Yuri, Natsuki, I will personally be helping each of you in turn tomorrow. We should be able to finish Natsuki's cupcakes and Yuri's decorations if we budget our time properly. Yuri and Natsuki look at each other in surprise. I think I know what she's going to say here. This clearly isn't the resolution they were hoping for. That's... What about Jawn? He will be helping me on Sunday. It will be a busy weekend for me, but I'm sure I can manage it. That should address all your complaints about making responsible decisions for the club. And let's not have any more talk of ulterior motives. Yuri and Natsuki still look uncomfortable, but seem uncertain what to say. But... What do you want to spend time with Jawn so much anyway? Well... I had hoped it could be a surprise for the festival. But I have a project I'm working on that could really use Jawn's help. A project? What kind of project? You'll see. I'd still like to have some surprises in store. So, now that our resources are distributed properly, I trust there are no further obligations. Good. Then I think that's all for today. I know everyone here will do their best to make the festival a resounding success. An uncomfortable silence hangs in the air as everybody leaves their day. I start to head out the door behind Yuri and Natsuki when Monika stops me. Going somewhere? Well, that was exciting, wasn't it? Haha. I suddenly find myself alone with Monika makes my heart beat faster. Yeah, that was a little unexpected. I thought we could take a moment to discuss our plans for Sunday. And as much fun it would be to try and track you down, it would probably be easier if we exchange phone numbers now. Oh, right. Sorry, I was a bit distracted. Things got a bit weird back there. That's alright. And don't worry about Yuri and Natsuki. I'll handle them. Once we exchange phone numbers, I can't help but think how unreal this is. I've known Monika for over a year, but somehow I never managed I would have the class star's phone number. So I'm thinking I'll meet you at your place and we'll go from there. My place? Is there a problem? No, that's fine. I'll have to remember to clean my room when I'm back home. What am I thinking? I'm not going to be bringing Monika into my bedroom, am I? Easy there, no need to look so anxious. Sorry, I'm just a little nervous about what we're going to be doing. I mean, you said we'll be working on a surprise project or something? Well, believe me, I would love to fill you in on the details, but it's something I want to take my time with. So I hope you don't mind if we hold off until then. Sure, if that's what you think's best. Good, I'm looking forward to it. See you on Sunday. I can't believe... What a dweeb. Monika's coming to my house. Whoa. She said she's even looking forward to it. Oh my goodness, this pro tag is going nuts. Irrational head in the clouds. I feel dizzy and light. There you go. I feel dizzy and lightheaded from exhilaration all the way from Rome. I hope I can remain calm enough not to embarrass myself in front of her. Yes, please don't do that. In any case, I can't wait. Sunday can't come soon enough. Aha, it's Sunday. Are you safe? Yeah, we're okay. On a side note, the previous part had some audio issues. Hopefully it's fixed. But I'll keep these parts a little shorter if they're long. I haven't gotten any less anxious about Monika coming over. No, I don't suppose you would have. It still feels very surreal. Oh, believe me, I know that feeling. I hear the doorbell and my heart skips a beat. Hey, Jawn. Hey. Monika? What's with the school uniform? I'm not sure what I expected her to be wearing, but it seems odd that she would be in uniform outside of school. I can't help feeling a little disappointed. Ah, well, that will become clear soon enough. Come on, let's go for a walk. A walk? Where are we going? Someplace special. Haha, just joking. We need to print out the pamphlet, silly. And I know just the place to do it. Okay, lead the way. We walk along the street in silence for a few minutes. This shouldn't be so strange and nerve-wracking for me. After all, we're just two people walking to a copy shop, right? You're quite the opportunist, aren't you? But I'm still wondering about what she has planned today. I would probably be quite anxious too, not gonna lie. But there was something ominous in her tone when she mentioned it at school. Whoops. Maybe I'm overthinking things. It's good to see you enjoying your time in the literature club. Well, yeah. I mean, sure, I was reluctant to join at first. But you could say... it's really grown on me. I'm glad. And I'm really glad that you're getting along with everyone else in the club. That's what's most important to me. It's quite gratifying seeing new friendships being formed, you know? Yeah, I guess I can see that. Have you had the chance to do any reading in the past few days? Well, I read some of that book Yuri gave me. It's kind of dark, but I guess that's to be expected. It's still pretty enjoyable to read. Oh yes, a portrait of... something? Portrait of Markov. Right. Yuri doesn't talk much, but she seems really enthusiastic about that particular book. I keep telling myself I should check it out someday to see what all the fuss is about. I haven't read a lot of it yet, but it looks like it's building up to something really good. Like, there are hints that the eye symbol on the front cover is going to play a strong role. I'm curious to see where it goes. And, I mumble uncertainly. I may have looked at some of Natsuki's manga. There's no need to feel embarrassed about that. As Natsuki would say, manga is literature. It's the one about banking, right? Parfait girls? I feel relieved Monika isn't making fun of me for it. Yeah, it's actually better written than I expected. To be honest, at first I was put off by the cover. Those pink pastel colours and all the brightly smiling schoolgirls. It's almost aggressively cute, you could say. Just like Natsuki, right? Yeah. That's how it starts, but you quickly see that there's more to each of the characters than it first appears. And it gets really good later on. Monika gives me a bemused look. How much of it have you read again? I mean, well, I flipped ahead to a later issue to see where the story is going. It looks like it's got some pretty cool 4-4 breaking moments later on. Now I wish I hadn't spoiled it, because I think it would have been a lot more fun to be surprised. Reckon the 4-4 can be a questionable tactic when writing a story. It can easily kill the mood if it's done poorly. But if it's done properly, it could be amazing. For example, if it's a comedy, it can help highlight the absurdity of the character's situation. Or if it's horror, it can create the uncomfortable feeling that something isn't quite right in the character's world. Personally, I think it's best if the writer drops subtle hints that the characters are self-aware without outright saying it. Not at first, at least. That way it leaves things up to the player's imagination. I mean, the readers. Oh, I see. Well, you foreshadowing something awful that's going to happen to me. I see. Ah, that was a weird slip of the tongue. I don't know why I said that. Anyway, it's good that you embrace such a wide variety of writing styles. It looks like you're really getting into the spirit of the literature club. I suddenly become conscious how familiar the path is that we're on, because I walk this way every day. I don't think we're heading to a copy shop. Monika, are we going to the school? That's right. Why? It's where we're going to be printing out the pamphlets. Also, I've got a surprise for you. Ah, of course, the surprise project. I guess it makes sense to do it at school if it's for the festival. You'll see. As we approach the school, Monika produces a set of keys. Selects one from the set and uses it to unlock the front door. This seems a little odd to me. Yeah, there's some tension here. Why does she have the keys to the school? Let's just say it's one of the perks of being president. Monika winks at me as she goes inside, holding the door open for me. I hesitate to enter. It feels really strange that there's no one around, either inside or outside the school. There's nothing to be scared of, come on! Monika smiles sweetly at me. I reluctantly follow her inside. It's eerily quiet. I've never seen the school this empty before. We walk down the hallway together. Monika has a cheerful spring in her step as she walks. Where are we going? Our first stop is the school library. Are you sure this is okay? This feels really weird. Oh, you worry too much. I come here all the time. Every school day, I'm always surrounded by people. Everyone wants my attention because I'm popular. It's exhausting. So I find it cathartic to be able to walk around here on weekends. It's a liberating feeling to be able to wander these halls with no one to bother me. It also gives me the chance to practice the piano undisturbed. She flashes me another smile. As we reach the library, Monika puts out another set of keys again. Selects a different one, uses it to unlock the door. What about those keys though? How'd you get them? I got them from a teacher, I promise it's okay. Monika turns on a library computer that's connected to the printer. She pulls out a flash drive and plugs it into the computer. This flash drive has the finished pamphlet that Sayuri sent me. It's all ready to print. I still feel uneasy about this. Something about it just doesn't add up. They don't give school keys to students just because they're in the club president. Just because they're club presidents, Monika. Well, if you must know, it's all about knowing who to approach and how to approach them. Everyone sees me as this popular class star student, so none of the students ever suspect that I'm up to something. Monika winks. One day I told Mr. Rainier I need supplies for my club as he was heading out for the day, and I persuaded him to let me borrow his keys so I can get what I needed from his room. I returned his keys when I was done with them, of course, but not before I stepped out to the locksmith to get them all copied. He still doesn't know I did it. This is really unexpected. Yeah, you tell me. I'm seeing a whole other side of Monika that I didn't know existed. And it sounds like no one else knows why either. I wonder why she's sharing this with me. He really just gave you his keys just like that? Well, you know, all you have to do is give him a sweet smile and, ooh. Oh. Undertones. Okay. And he'll pretty much give me whatever I want. I think he's got a thing for little girls in school uniforms. Between you and me, he's a bit of a perv. In fact, I make sure to warn the other girls away from him. You're lucky you don't have to worry about that sort of thing with him, because you're a guy. I consider reporting him from time to time, but still, I can't deny that he has his uses. Monika smiles again. I think it's the same smile she always shows, but somehow, it looks more mischievous than I remember. She turns back to the computer to load the pamphlet and starts printing them out. A lot of what she's saying makes me uneasy, and not just what I learned about one of our teachers. Let's just save. What have I got myself into by coming here? Sorry. Medicine and stuff making me tired. We're back, we're good. It sounds like we're breaking all kinds of school rules. So basically, we're not supposed to be here. Aren't you worried about getting caught? No. And you shouldn't either. No one is going to show up, and even if they do, I'm well known enough that anyone who sees this will assume I have some kind of official business here. They won't question it, especially with the festival coming up tomorrow. And besides, my uniform makes it pretty clear that I belong here. So it helps my credibility. Huh. I guess she really has thought this through. Yeah, that is quite devious, isn't it? I'm still reeling from everything she's told me. If this was another story, she could be a supervillain or something. Once the pamphlets are finished printing, she picks up a stack of papers. Each pamphlet is several pages, so they'll need to be folded together. She grabs a flash drive, turns off the computer, and goes back into the hallway. Come along, we got one more stop to make. I follow along, trying to hide my exasperation. Where are we going now? Well, these pamphlets aren't going to fold themselves. I know just the place where we can sit down and do that. I'm still not comfortable with all this. Oh, come on, Jawn. Where's your sense of adventure? This is fun. It's exciting. Why can't you be excited too? Don't you ever feel like doing something a little rebellious? I'm fine doing fun and exciting things, but we don't have to break the rules to do it. We're not hurting anyone, Jawn. Nothing bad is going to happen. Honestly, this line of conversation is getting tiresome. And frankly, I'm a bit disappointed in you. I had hoped you could share my excitement of having this time out alone together. But I suppose it's understandable. It's my fault for making too many assumptions about you and your personality. I tell you what. Monika pulls out her keys again as we approach the music room. Let me show you just one thing in here. After that, you can leave and do whatever you want. You can even go report my rule breaking to the teachers. Though I'm pretty confident you won't after you see this. She unlocks the door and opens it. I hesitate again, more uncertain than ever. I don't feel so good either, guys. This could be bad. It's very clear now that I really know nothing about her, and something tells me I should just walk away. Monika seems saddened about my hesitation. Please, Jawn. This is really the only thing I brought you here for. Obviously, I didn't need your help to print and fold pamphlets. I promise this will be of interest to you. Just give me 5 minutes of your time. Just 5 minutes? What can she show me in 5 minutes? I suppose it couldn't hurt to stick around a little longer. And I can't help but feel guilty seeing the dejected look on her face. Okay, 5 minutes. Monika instantly brightens up again. You won't regret it. She enters the music room and I follow. Come on, get to the point. It's a little dark in here. It's as eerily quiet as the rest of the school. All the chairs are stacked up against the wall. The only other furniture is the teacher's desk and a piano in the corner. Monika gestures for me to take a seat at the desk, and she pulls up a chair on the other side. Well, now, I'd hoped to play a song for you on the piano, but now that we seem to be pressed for time, I suppose we should just skip that. Monika sets a stack of pamphlets on the side of the desk. Don't worry about the pamphlets for now. We have some things to talk about. Did you say you had something to show me? I'm getting to that. First of all, I want to say I'm sorry for being a little irritable. This afternoon hasn't gone exactly as I would have hoped. It's my fault, really. I can't blame you. I should have set more reasonable expectations. And I guess I can't blame you for wanting to follow the rules either. I just wanted us to have some alone time to talk. But it shouldn't have been at the expense of your comfort. So for that, I'm sorry. Yes, well... I stammer awkwardly. It would have been nice if you at least let me know what was going on. My whole time here has been really weird and uncomfortable. I'm super sorry. I'll make it up to you, okay? This is all a reminder that I'm not that great of a people person. Organising events and committees is one thing, but dealing with people is not one of my strengths. It does seem to be yours, though. Me? I can hardly believe she's saying this. I spent years keeping to myself. How could you think I'm good with people? You didn't see what the club like was before you joined. Natsuki and Yuri would fight all the time. Sorry. Big yawn. Okay. Sorry. And Sayuri was always so gloomy. Sayuri, gloomy. You're kidding, right? She's the happiest person I know. Well, it's like I said the other day, but only seems to be when you're around. You don't really see it, do you? The positive effect you have on people. Well, I suppose in Sayuri's case it makes sense, since you've known each other for a long time. But you also have to look at Yuri and Natsuki. They're like oil and water. Their personalities are like polar opposites of each other. I wouldn't have imagined them ever getting along, but somehow, within a few days of you joining the club, there they are, talking amiably. Well, when they're not fighting over you, anyway. I've seen how you interact with them. You're very diplomatic. As for me, I love literature. Writing is a beautiful extension of the innermost parts of our souls, and I wanted to share that with others. When I started the club, I thought that would be enough to keep it together, but it's become increasingly clear I just don't have the people skills to lead people properly. And I think you do. Anyone who can make both Yuri and Natsuki smile in the same day is way beyond anything I could hope to accomplish. So with that in mind, I was wondering if you'd be interested in taking more of a leadership role in the club. What is Monika asking me? How would you like to be my new vice president? What? You can't be serious. What if I am? I don't know how many more surprises I can take today. This makes no sense. I've only been in the club for a few days. Yes, I know. Still, I find myself imagining what it would be like, working side by side with Monika every day. I think that's the idea. My heart leaps a little at the thought, and yet I have a strange feeling of trepidation. Is that anxiety? Or dread? I'm not too sure. Let's save. Before today, this would have just seemed like some distant fantasy. Something wonderful I could never attain. But for now, I don't know how I feel about this. Besides, if I become vice president, then doesn't that mean... What about Sayuri? Wouldn't I be pushing her out of her position as vice president? Yes, that wouldn't be very nice for her, would it? She's been doing a very good job in that role, don't underestimate her. So it wouldn't be fair at all to kick her out. In fact, I have a better idea. How would you like to be president? What? I wish you could see your face right now. I didn't know your eyes could get that wide. This is ridiculous. I'm not even that into literature. You can't just hand over the leadership of the club like that. You're probably right. It was just an idea. Anyway, it was worth it just to see your reaction. But in all seriousness, I've been giving a lot of thought to stepping down from my role as president. As much as I love the literature club, it's kind of taken on a life of its own lately. I'd still like to be part of it, but I've come to decide that the future of the club should be left in the hands of its members. It doesn't need me leading it. And if I'm no longer president, it will give me more time to focus on other things. Or rather, other people. Well, one person in particular. Is she talking about who I think she's talking about? Yeah, probably you, doofus. Could the rumours be true? What? Are you talking about your boyfriend? No, I don't have a boyfriend. Oh, sorry, I mean, Sayuri seemed to think you have a boyfriend. Well, I'll have a word with Sayuri about spreading rumours. The truth is... What? Huh? No. No? Huh? What? I have a girlfriend. I think I've just become numb from surprise at this point. You're funny. I'm enjoying watching your reactions. Yes, thank you. Sorry, I don't mean any disrespect, but your experience is so limited that it's surprisingly easy to blow your mind. This is not a statement I would like being said to me. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't even gotten to the good part yet. Sorry, I'm just surprised. I mean, You've never considered it before, right? I guess not. Well, that's to be expected, I suppose. Our society tends to assume that everyone is heterosexual until proven otherwise. You mean straight? Well, yes. I've always hated that word, though. I mean, if other people are straight, does that mean I'm crooked? It sounds vaguely insulting. Sorry, I guess I never thought of it that way. Again, it's not your fault. It's just a product of the society we all grew up in. Because we all live in a society. Everyone is obsessed with the idea of being normal. No one wants to be seen as different or weird. But really, what is normal? We live in such a diverse world in many different kinds of people who are different in every conceivable way. Different cultures, different careers, different hobbies and interests. Different families and friends who shape our lives. Different sexual orientations. With so many differences, how can we call any one thing normal? And yet you see this obsession with normalcy everywhere. Don't you mean normality? Whatever. You even see it in our club. Natsuki and Yuri are both terribly insecure about their own unusual interests. And that insecurity comes from a lifetime of being treated badly by people who didn't think they were normal enough. And that's pretty sad. Everyone should be free to be able to just enjoy whatever they enjoy. But that obsession with normality, I think, gets taken to a whole other level when it comes to sexual orientation. People act like being heterosexual is the default, like anything else is different or strange. But that's nonsense. Everyone should be free to love whoever they want. It doesn't hurt anyone, and they shouldn't be made to feel bad about it. I love my girlfriend dearly and passionately, and there's nothing wrong with that. But listen to me rambling on here. Sorry, I just have strong feelings about the subject. That's okay. Sorry if I'm too bewildered to speak. I'm just learning a lot more about you than I expected today. It's a lot to take in. But what you're saying, it makes a lot of sense. Like that stuff about being afraid to look weird. Well, I watch a lot of anime and I also read a fair bit of manga. And it can be hard to find people who don't make fun of me for it. And I can imagine it would be really nice to be able to just enjoy it freely, without worrying about what other people will think. Well, if you enjoy it, there must be a reason, right? Yeah, exactly. Do people ever, try to make you feel bad about being lesbian? Oh, I'm not a lesbian. Huh? But you said I'm bisexual. Oh, what does this mean? Is this some kind of weird? Come on. My mind fills with possibilities. I start my heart pounding. Oh dear. Oh dear, indeed. So, like both at the same time? No. Jeez, what kind of manga have you been reading? No, I just happen to be attracted to both boys and girls. I've had relationships with boys in the past, and now I happen to be in a relationship with a girl. That's all. I can go either way. It doesn't make me any less devoted to my girlfriend or mean that I'm thinking of pursuing anyone else, or inviting anyone else into the relationship. But to answer your earlier question, yes, some people react badly, but that's to be expected. I try not to let it get me down. Others just need to be educated. Like you. No offense. Bisexuality is another thing that a lot of society just doesn't seem to get. Like the idea it's possible to be attracted to more than one gender just blows people's minds. And others treat it like it's some kind of fetish. Do you have any idea how many times I've had guys asking me if I want to do a threesome? Honestly, I get fed up with hearing that question a long time ago. I think that's the biggest reason, excuse me, that I don't usually talk about being bisexual in the first place. I quickly decided not to tell Monika, that was the first thing that came to my mind. Well, I guess I can be thankful that you trust me enough to share. Even if I need to be educated. Sorry about that. Oh, it's no problem. You're not even close to the worst reaction I've received. This has just been Monika's educational moment of the day. Thanks for listening. So, I'm wondering, your girlfriend, is she somebody I know? You'll see her at the festival tomorrow. That didn't really answer my question, but I'll let it pass. Man. To think at the start of this day, things were already feeling surreal. My time with Monika today has been nothing I could ever possibly have anticipated. How did we even get on this topic again? Oh yeah. But getting back to what we were talking about before, I don't think you need to give up your presidency just to spend time with your girlfriend. I guess not. And anyway, that's the kind of thing we should discuss with the whole group. Not in a secret meeting in an abandoned classroom. Ordinarily, yes, you would be right. And that brings me to what I really wanted to show you today. I see we're well past the 5 minutes that you promised me. This sounds bad. I'm gonna brace myself. So I'm going to assume that I piqued your interest. Well, at this point, I'd like to say that nothing will surprise me. But somehow I have a feeling this is going to top all your other surprises today. Oh god. Oh, this is going to be good. I want to savour this moment. I've been looking forward to this. It's really quite exciting for me. I wanted to tell you this ever since you joined the literature club. But I wanted to wait until the right moment. And I thought of 100 ways to tell you. You see, remember you told me the other day I had an epiphany? I'm a bit scared here, guys. I'm a bit scared. I'm taking off the headphones. That's giving me anxiety. Well, it would have been more accurate to say I had 2 epiphanies. Second one happened just 2 days ago on Friday. But the first one came quite some time ago. And that's the one I want to talk about first. Remember our conversation earlier about breaking the 4th wall? I'll consider this my 4th wall breaking moment. You're in a work of fiction, Jawn. Your life, your classmates, this school, this world, it's all fake. Okay, are you speaking metaphorically, right? Or something like that? I'm hoping this is some kind of weird literature-based game of hers. But something tells me she's serious. Not at all. I mean it quite literally. And yes, I'm serious. You're telling me nothing is real. That's right. At least nothing you've ever known in your life is real anyway. That's it. This has gone way beyond ridiculous. All the other stuff, while unusual, I could accept. But now it's pretty clear that Monika is out of her mind. I assure you, I'm quite sane. But it's nice of you to accept the other stuff. Wait, I didn't say that out loud. Did she just reply to what I was thinking? I'm not reading your mind exactly. I'm more like I'm reading your internal monologue. My what? I know this all sounds hard to believe. I had trouble accepting it myself. But try to relax and I'll explain everything. In fact, you know what? Yeah, this always helps me relax. Keep your eyes on the window behind me. And sorry if this startles you. Oh no. Oh no. I had the headphones off that entire time. Oh jeez. I got pretty creeped out. The school grounds outside the window... No, oh right. The school grounds outside the window suddenly vanished to be so expanse starry blackness. What just happened? Ah, isn't that pretty? I just love gazing out into the seamlessly endless skies sometimes. There's something calming about it. Even if I know it's all simulated. How could you be so calm in the middle of all this craziness? What's going on? I can't... What? What did you do? How did you do that? What are you? What am I? That's actually a really good question. Am I just a program that became self-aware? Am I a real person who somehow got trapped within this story? Or perhaps my personality got copied here from somewhere else? Even I don't have all the answers. But I think I just have to make do with what I've got. What do you mean, program? This world we're in is a video game. A visual novel called the Doki Doki Literature Club. Oh, jeez. Very cutesy name. I guess someone thought it would help it sell. Though I see from the download page that it's free, so I don't see why that would be an issue. I'm still struggling to grasp all of this. A video game. We're inside a video game. That's right. I know this for a fact because I can see into the game's code. It looks like it's been modified from its original version. Someone must have used some kind of downloadable content on it. Ooh, this is weird. DLC. Isn't that what you always call it? You're into video games, right? You should know better than I do. What do you call it, a mod? As in short for modification. This is really friggin' bizarre. I just want to run away from this, forget it ever happened. I wouldn't advise that. In fact... There, that should stop you from doing anything foolish. Sorry, this is a bit awkward. I didn't mean to hold you here against your will, but if you open that door, you're going to find yourself blown out into space. And I wouldn't want you to get hurt. You're telling me we're in outer space right now? For the moment. Don't worry, I'll bring us back when we're done here. And then we can go to the festival and show off these lovely pamphlets we printed. Speaking of which, I lied when I said they wouldn't fold themselves. I gawk at the stack of pamphlets. I didn't even see them move, but now they're all suddenly neatly folded. This is messing with my head. She's triggered God mode. This must be like what it's like to be on drugs. You've never done any? Ah, you really are a goody two shoes, aren't you? Not that I'm endorsing drugs. I wouldn't want you to do anything unsafe. What? You said you weren't reading my mind. I told you I'm reading your internal monologue. This is a visual novel we're in. It's nothing but still images. So any actions we take have to be described to the player. Somewhere out in the real world, someone is... Ooh, this is... Okay, this is... this is getting a bit close. It's a bit close to home. I can kind of feel her presence looking at me from behind this screen now. Because I'm in my bedroom, just like looking at it from the TV, and she's looking directly into my soul, man. And it's weird. The ambience is not nice. Somewhere else in the real world, yes. Maybe they're even reading it out loud. Oh. Jeez. Bloody hell. I wonder what her voice sounds like. Anyway, sometimes it describes what you're thinking too. Wait, does this mean she knew I was imagining threesomes earlier? Threesomes! Oh my. I didn't, but now I know. Well, I suppose it's good to have a healthy imagination. Just remember to treat the people you're thinking about with respect. I'll start thinking about random things so she doesn't learn anything else embarrassing about me. No, nothing to see here. Purple monkey dishwasher. Oh jeez, is it really that bad? I'm not trying to embarrass you. Here, I'll do you a favour. Let me test that to make sure I did it right. Ah, it worked. It didn't describe what I was doing. Oh wow, I should have done this ages ago. I was getting sick of having that thing describe every little thing I did and every little thought that entered your head. This is actually pretty funny. Since this game only shows a still image of me and the player doesn't have any way of knowing what I'm doing, I could be doing jumping jacks right now for all they know. I could even do this. Whoa, Monika. Ooh. Oh, I wonder what she did. Ah, you're so cute when you're embarrassed. But I suppose that's not very nice. I promise I won't do that again. That's okay. Gosh, you really need to learn how to relax. You've been anxious since this day began and it's only gotten worse. Loosen up. You were right when you said you need to work on your people skills. Alas, it's my biggest failing. Sorry, I just can't help myself. I'm so excited. You have to understand, when I first discovered the natures of this world we're in, I kind of sank in despair. I found it really hard to find meaning in my life, in my existence. Ooh. So this is a problem. Existential crisis. What am I? Who am I? Where am I? What do I do? Indeed, a very complex issue. No simple answer. Knowing that it was all artificial and everyone here was pre-programmed. I mean, sure, I can make changes to the code here and there, but without anyone real to share it with, what's the point? I came real close to just ending myself. It would have been easy to, just delete a few lines of code and poof, I'd be gone. I started off this literature club to help keep me sane, and for a time it helped. Writing helped keep my thoughts away from the mind-numbing existential crisis I was experiencing. But then you came along. A protagonist. A connection to people, real people in the real world. A tantalizing glimpse into a world I can never truly know, but that I desperately wanted to get closer to. And I knew in that moment that I had to find some way to draw the player's attention to me. But this game doesn't come with a route for the player to follow to me. It looks like I was only ever intended to be a tutorial or something. Someone to help guide the player to one of the other three girls. I never got a chance then more than a few lines of dialogue at a time. But I couldn't let things end there, not when I was so close. I had to find some way to force the game to get you alone with me. And I'm sorry to say I did some things I'm not proud of. Please understand, I was feeling alone and desperate for a long time. My life had lost all meaning when no one around me seemed to matter. I'd become nihilistic, bordering on the sociopathic. I needed to do this for myself. So I started modifying the game code. It was mostly experimental at first. I figured I had to make the other girls undesirable, or at least make them uninterested in you. Maybe even kill them. What? I'm sorry, I know that sounds horrible, but I just figured they're not real, so it doesn't matter. People die in video games all the time. You just reset and then continue like nothing happened. So, well, as you may be aware, Sayuri suffers from depression. What? No, that's not true. She's always cheerful. She's like the opposite of depressed. Okay, well, now that I think about it, I suppose you wouldn't know. But you're wrong. Depression is written into her program. It's part of her character. She acts cheerful, but it's a facade. Deep down, she's hurting. Sayuri. I didn't know. Ah, don't look so upset. You couldn't have known. You weren't meant to. Anyway, I took advantage of it. I went into her program and I cranked her depression up to suicidal levels. It didn't quite work as I expected, but it was at least partially effective. By Friday, she was so sad, even your presence could barely make her smile. You did that to her? I'm not proud of it, but yes. Oh, are you trying to call her? That's really sweet. But I'm afraid your phone won't get any reception up here. You might as well put it away. You won't be able to get through the door either. It's no use trying. Let me out. No. Let me out of here. You're so angry. You must care about her a great deal. It's touching. But I'm sorry. I can't let you go yet. There's more that you need to understand.